Shoot. And let me freaking. I should be able to go to. Okay, Hangout started, so it should be streaming. Here we go. Stream's running okay. Oh, no chat. Live control room. Yo, Rax, what's up, bro? Oh shit, we out here. We out here. Goddamn. I hope the stream is working because I just got a freaking new webcam that came in today. So, you know. Where is it? Yeah, so what I liked your stream on your stream earlier. Like when it came to your Taizai discussion, like this has been something I've been thinking about for a while now, and I was gonna save it for a separate video for when I do a review. But I was waiting for my new camera to come in. It came in today, but I decided, you know what, let me just do a live stream as opposed to just like a regular video. Maybe I'll do a video much later on discussing like Taizai, and when it comes to the writing, mainly like I've been seeing when it comes to this chapter specifically, a lot of people have just been having major issues when it comes to the power scaling, the power levels, and so on. And you know, I'm researching like I'm looking back at the power system and not just the Taizai, because I know the power system is much more complex in a sense, but it's like it doesn't really, in my opinion, it doesn't really justify some things that happen. Some things it makes sense. For example, if you have more physical feet, hold on. Like, I'm sorry, but my brother is like fucking loud as hell. Cannot shut the fuck up for 1 second. But anyways, shit. No offense to my brother. But anyways, when it came to just the power system, what was it breaking down into? Like three things. Let's see. It was breaking down into magic, strength, and spirit. And like I don't know what do they mean by spirit, honestly. Like magic and strength, I can understand, but spirit, that's always been the one that really was like, what do you mean by spirit? For example, like if you have like physical strength, you know, like I believe it was who was it? Mael back when he was Estarossa, his physical strength like was most of his total magic power, which was his physical strength was like in the 54,000 or something. Monspeed's was like in the Monspeed's physical strength like 68,000. Derriere, since she's a physical fighter, even though her overall power level is 52,000, her physical strength is like 48,000. That's and I really looked at the power system and see how it break down. And I understand that if you have more magic power than somebody, or like if you have more physical power than somebody, you can like overpower them or beat them if they're going against you in that aspect. But Another thing was like my issues with the power system, especially of how it's been portrayed, because it's like, okay, Nakaba, you introduced the power system, but you would always give us the total power level of those characters. You never really broke it down into unless you did it in like data in like a data book or maybe in the volumes themselves. You never really broke them down in stories, so that way we could get a full scope of where this character has the edge over this character, you know? And yeah, like I understand like when it comes to certain characters, like for example, the recent chapter how Merlin was able to push back, was casually able to push back both Chandler and Cusack. And I thought that was just like and then I think she even said, like, let me go back and look at the chapter. She even said herself that when it comes to the power levels and stuff like that, they don't mean shit unless it was like Ludacille, unless like it was Ludacille or some shit. And I was like, what? Like you're the one that fucking introduced this into this fucking series, and to have the character that introduced the power levels into the fucking series say this shit, this crap, it's like that was just something that really kind of just irritated me a little bit. And yeah, I do agree with you when it comes to the inconsistency in the power level. For example, when King got his freaking power level, and then all of a sudden he completely was just able to completely overpower Mael, while Mael had like freaking four commandments. And I know a lot of people were saying that Mael got weaker because if you notice, like from when he became like when after he merged with the four commandments, and he had like six wings, three of them were goddess, three of them were demon. But then like in the next chapter, one of those like two of those wings, one goddess, one demon wing, they disappeared and basically they're saying that Mael pretty much is getting weaker, was getting weaker the longer he was in that state, even though he had power of 200,000. And my issue is, okay, you could probably get away with this if you actually, and mind you, this is just so easy to get away with. Like, hey Ari, what's up? But this is like so easy to get away with in Taizai. Like Nakaba could just literally just written this one scene or drew this one scene in where he says that, hey, like Hawk could have just said, hey, Mael's power level, even though it's above 200,000, it's gradually dropping, you know? Oh, wait, is my stream lagging? Shit. Let's see. Is it lagging? Like, if it's lagging, then I'll just freaking turn off my camera and then it should just work just fine. But whatever. Let's see. Oh, the resolution? That's weird. The resolution on mine is actually pretty good. Do you have it set to auto? Because sometimes auto just automatically, especially in live streams, they automatically set it to 144p, Ari. So if it's not set to auto and it's at 720, then I'll just probably change my shit to oh, it's not lagging. It's just the resolution's bad. Well, that fucking sucks because I just freaking blew $50 on this camera, but whatever. But anyways, going back to what I was saying, like Nakaba could have just easily fucking justified this by just drawing a panel with Hawk saying that, hey, Mael's power level is gradually lowering because because like since Mael is a angel, even though it was stated a few chapters ago beforehand that it's possible for an archangel to control to take in the commandments and control the power and to get control stabilize the power. So I thought Mael was gonna go on some Ichigo shit because you know how when it comes to Ichigo, granted though Ichigo had the Shinigami power stabilizing his hollow powers and the full brain powers too. Even though the full brain powers should be like a subcategory of hollow powers, but I don't know. But anyways, and where like he was stabilizing his powers with his Quincy powers, even though we know that Quincy and Hollow powers they completely reject one another. So I thought Mael was gonna go on that Nakaba was gonna go that same route where Mael could balance both the yin and yang of his powers, but no, apparently because he was still a goddess, the powers were still corrupting him and destroying him from the inside out, and then apparently he was getting weaker as the fight progressed. And I was like, dude, you literally could have just flat out just wrote a panel in or drew a panel in of them saying his power level is decreasing. Not only that, But you could also just said that because of this, that, and the third, instead of just saying, oh, because he's an archangel, he can actually, it's actually possible for him to withstand the powers of the commandments. And it's like, dude. And then next thing you know, he guess what? The commandments are still fucking him over. But I understand that he had a mental breakdown after realizing everything he did. But still, I just didn't really like it. I just didn't really like it. The Miles stuff, and it kind of ruined the character somewhat for me. It really did. Because I know a lot of people were saying that when it came to when Esterosa showed up back up in the fray, and then he started going after Elizabeth and shit like that, it was just screaming redemption arc for Esterosa. And I was like, uh, and granted though, personally, I didn't really want Esterosa to be Mael, and like, because I just felt that that's just too obvious of a choice, and I want Mael to be like his own separate character. But that's just me. But anyways, when it comes to the levels of Chandelier and Cusack that was revealed in the recent chapter, I understood like that they were the two strongest demons, and they were like the oldest demons that were behind the Demon King and served directly under the Demon King himself. And basically, when it came to what was it? Like when it came to their power levels, like I understand why Meliodas was stronger than them, because back in the day, Meliodas, even though like he had his assault mode, and assault mode didn't stack up to what their power levels have been revealed to be now. You have to remember, back in the day, he had the commandment of love, and Meliodas, he could absorb the commandments perfectly, and it's probably even more potent for him since he was the true heir to becoming the Demon King. For example, like how Meliodas completely overpowered Zeldarus, even though Zeldarus has the powers of the Demon King. Like, so I kind of understood that maybe the commandments would be much more potent with him since he's the true heir. And so that's why he rivaled Mael, and Mael also had his grace, which probably even boosted his power even further. And we already know what the grace did with Escanor. So I understood that when it comes to some justification. Zelda is fighting on par with fighting somewhat on par with Ludicile. I was like, but then I have to remember, and it was implied in the chapter that they were all going at it casually. Like the fight just started very casually against everybody. Everybody was just doing all their techniques that we saw in the recent chapter of Taizai. They all did it casually. But and Zeldarus, he's about to utilize his original power, but I don't know. I don't think it's gonna do shit. Honestly, I don't think it's gonna do shit. Like, it's probably gonna push back Ludicile a bit, but I don't think it's gonna do shit overall. Especially if Ludicile can use the dimension of God, and actually control that dimension to his whim, Sariel and Tarmiel could when they went into the dimension of God. But anyways, I still think that the power, Nakaba, he is kind of just throwing the power levels out there. Like, I get each of the clans were supposed to be on par with one another, but it's just that, I don't know, I understand that you're right. Rax, I understand that you're right in the aspect of when it comes to power levels. I'm not too big of a fan of them either, and I do prefer the ranking system as well, because it gives you a clear indication of where this character is and where they are right now. Power levels, they're just numbers, and and not only that, but because Naruto Taizai has the three subcategories such as strength, spirit, and magic, then it's okay, so like so if this person has more physical strength and it's like the same shit that happened with Mael, honestly, where because he had more magic power than Mael, most likely, and we didn't even get a clear indication of what King's power level was, honestly, at the time. And that's another thing. Nakaba keeps forgetting to put in power, the new power levels. I mean, if you're gonna introduce power levels into the fucking show, at least remember to put them. And I've noticed that he's done this a lot, where he wouldn't give you the that person's power level directly. And it's like, dude, come on. This person is now fighting, or they just got a massive power boost. And all of a sudden, you're not going to give us their power level or where they're at in power. What's going on with that? But yeah, honestly, I think Naruto Taizai, it has declined when it comes to the quality of writing in general. Honestly, when it comes to some story aspects, power levels, you got me there, man. There's some things you can justify based off the context of the story and what was given, but there are other things that you just can't really justify too well. For example, the Mael stuff, like and King like just completely overpowering him. Again, there's still that argument of Mael being much weaker, getting weaker as time went by while he was in that form. But it's like I don't know, man. Like I don't know. Yeah, sorry if I sound like I flip flopped all over the place. All right, let me read some of the fucking chat. All right, when do you think you'll watch the light novel Black Clover episodes? Because I'd love to see your thoughts on it. I will try to watch the light novel episodes maybe this sometime this week and try to get a video out. Because right now, like what I plan on doing is I'm planning on doing like a pretty not lengthy, but a pretty big video regarding World Trigger, and it's more so a discussion video because because again, like I'm a really big World Trigger fanboy. Like I'm really into World Trigger. Like when it comes to sci-fi series, I just like that shit. Granted, though, I know a lot. I know I haven't really read Eden Zero. I only read the first few chapters. I thought it was okay, but I never really got into it. I don't know. I'm just hesitant when it comes to Mashima's work, but it is what it is. Like ever since Fairy Tail mainly. But I know I shouldn't judge one series against another series from the same author. But so I'll give Eden, like I said in my last stream, after Rax left, I'll give Eden Zero a chance at some point, but I'm not like really in a hurry to get on it. But anyways, yeah. But the light novel I am gonna definitely watch because that's just been something I've been wondering about for a while now, and I do want to see the introduction of Fonzel. Like I heard the light novel is gonna be like 2 episodes. Is that true? Hmm. Streams are running good. Who made your profile video on YouTube? My friend Smurf. Like she does her own she does her own thing. I don't have a link to her webtoon comic. Like but yeah, like my friend Smurf, like shout out to Smurf. She made my profile pic. Like I just asked her one day, like, hey, you make my profile pic, and then she just groaned, and then she's like, fine. So I'm like, yeah. Um, but anyways, I don't know if it's Tyler for now, like, cause I don't know, man. I'm starting to get like a little ticked about it, cause Taizai, can I make your profile pic? I mean, go for it if you want, but Taizai, honestly, it's just been I don't know. It's like ever since near the end of the Ten Commandments stuff, and like right after, like it's just like right after Meliodas and Elizabeth started getting her memories back, and Meliodas he comes back to life. I don't know. Like aside from a few good moments here and there, Taizai has, like, in my opinion, has kind of dwindled when it comes to the quality of writing, and it just gotten like just and like as Rax said, it just gotten like a bit more inconsistent here and there. Like there's some stuff that you can justify. For example, like when it comes to the strength of the of Chandler and Cusack, I understood that they were extremely powerful to begin with, and again, like they shouldn't be. And Merlin, even though she has infinite magic, she shouldn't be able to tussle with them. Like now I think about it, because like it's like she was pretty much one-shotted by Zeldris essentially. And that was just like, and this was just a casual attack from fucking Zeldris. So I don't know, man. Like, I guess she has infinite magic and she's smart, but I think what Nakaba might do with her is he's probably gonna he's gonna probably do what Kubo did with Mayuri Kutsuchi, where basically like they have like an infinite arsenal because they're just a smart character and they're scientists and they have like and they're overpowered. That's it. I feel like he's just gonna pull like a lot of shit out of their ass with Merlin because that's what happened with Kurotsuchi in Bleach when it came to Kubo, and I feel like Marilyn she's basically susceptible to the same thing, and I see her clearly going that route. Like I understand she has knowledge and she probably knows like a shit ton of magic since she herself is over 3,000 years old. But it's like still like I can see that happening OD, and it's like you can only say she can do this because she's a scientist. She's learned a shit ton of magic over the last 3,000 years, and so on. And because she's Merlin, that's it. But other than that, like I don't think it still justifies how she's able to push back guys who are over who are literally over like 150k plus above her in terms of overall combat ability. Like I guess she has infinite magic power, but it's like still. So I do retract on some of my statements on record video. Are we talking about anime? Is this anime? Yeah, we're talking about Nasa Taizai. But yeah. But anyways, anybody got any questions? Rax, Mercenary, feel free to chime in. Um, I really need to what was it? I caught up with Goblin Slayer yesterday actually. Like because I just been laying off I've been like putting it off for a little bit, but I caught up with it. I really did enjoy the comedy and the humor in the entire episode. I really like so I guess these three new characters are basically for comedic relief. I haven't read the manga or light novel, so like I'm still blind when it comes to Goblin Slayer. Do do do. Anyone still in chat? Shit. Anyone still in chat, or is it dead right now? Shit. I think I might have scared everybody off with the freaking my mini Taizai rant. uh, hmm. Shit, I guess this room's dead. Goddamn. Oh, shit. Goddamn, this has been me just freaking me being fucking sad as hell. Goddamn. Alright, I guess that's it for the fucking stream. Alright, I guess I'll just cut the stream here. Shit. Well, that is way sooner than expected. Yeah, I guess my Taizai rant was that bad. Shit.